Until something happens, we often take for granted our capacity to enjoy life and to perform everyday tasks. We don't really think twice about being able to take a walk, go shopping, or enjoy a fine meal. Not until an accident or illness suddenly makes all of these activities seem difficult or impossible. It might seem as if feeling good and enjoying life are no longer attainable goals. But at the Center for Rehabilitation Services at Theda Regional Medical Center, we see people recover from devastating injuries and disabling illnesses every day. We're here to help you set realistic, attainable goals for getting better and stronger and becoming more independent. Your goals come first, and we will do everything possible to help you achieve them because we see over and over again that rehabilitation works.
I'm very hopeful that it's not going to be too much longer until I'll be back to where I can live a normal life the same as I did before. They are so cooperative, so helpful, and so caring that I feel that's made a big difference too. Because if they seem to care, it stimulates you.
Far too many people settle for less recovery and independence than is possible for them. Some estimates show that up to 2/3 of those who could benefit from rehabilitation services don't get the help that could change their lives. Perhaps because they are not aware of how well-specialized rehabilitation programs work, or because they believe that rehabilitation services are too costly, or that Medicare or insurance will not cover the expense, or even out of a concern that entering a rehabilitation center would be inconvenient for their loved ones. It's a real tragedy that people let these mistaken beliefs stand in the way of greater health and well-being. You shouldn't have to settle for less than the full extent of recovery possible.
You have to want it, otherwise you're not going to get that much out of it. If you're coming in with a mindset, if you've been injured for a while and say you're going to come in for an evaluation as to what would be the next step that you're going to go to, these people have had enough experience that if they do a 5-minute interview with you, they know exactly what direction you're headed in and whether or not their program is going to be able to help you. And you know, they're just that sharp.
You probably want to know more about what rehabilitation programs are like. Let's start with a description of our Center for Rehabilitation Services located at Theda Regional Medical Center in Neenah. It's different from a typical hospital unit. Everything here is newly designed to keep a consistent focus on patient needs and on the patient's goals for recovery. We listened when patients told us they wanted convenient, accessible, and home-like private rooms, so that's the way we made them. You are more likely to see people here wearing their own clothing than wearing hospital gowns. And no one stands out while they're learning new skills, because that's what everyone's here for. There are comfortable areas for meals and socializing if you feel like company. Spacious and state-of-the-art facilities for various types of therapy. And even an apartment unit where people can try out their new life skills for an overnight or a weekend, where the real-life challenges of cooking, maneuvering around furniture, or house cleaning can be safely tested out. The Fox River makes a quiet, beautiful background for a rehabilitation center, providing a picturesque view out of almost every window. We also understand how important the support of family members and loved ones can be, and there are quiet places for people to be together, or just comfortably nearby. The hospital's Harbor Hospitality House is available to family members who want to stay overnight occasionally. This home is adjacent to the medical center, and patient guests can stay here for a minimal cost. Neenah is a convenient small town, just a short drive from most communities in central and northeastern Wisconsin. Of course, it's what goes on inside our program that makes all the difference. Specialized rehab programs like ours offer 3 important ingredients. Highly specialized medical services focused on achieving patient goals for recovery. An emphasis on research and continuous learning to assure that staff are current with the latest and best approaches to treatment. And teamwork to combine the rehabilitation expertise of many different health professionals toward achieving the best possible outcome for each person. Physiatrists head our rehabilitation team. Physiatrists are physicians who specialize in physical medicine and rehabilitation. While other medical specialists focus on the diseases that cause disabilities, physiatrists are uniquely trained to find ways to improve a person's ability to function in everyday life. The medical director of our rehabilitation center is Dr. Andrew Haig, a board-certified physiatrist.
That our only goal is to have you to succeed, to have the patient do well. And if it means that we need to bend our program in any way, that we pride ourselves on doing that. It's not a matter of bending for the patient, it's a matter of how can we do the best job for that patient. So while things here are challenging, the disability that brought you here was challenging, and we try to make it the easiest and the least challenging as possible to get you back to doing what you enjoy doing.
Dr. Haig is one of 3 physiatrists in our program, each contributing specialized knowledge and professional expertise in areas such as head injury, stroke, amputation, and other aspects of rehabilitation, and physiatrists are only part of the team. There are physical and occupational therapists who specialize in medical rehabilitation, social workers who help families sort through emotional and financial worries, and find resources in the home community to make a better quality of life possible. A rehabilitation psychologist is on hand to help people cope with commonly felt emotions like fear, frustration, depression, and loss of control. And nursing care is provided by nurses who specialize in rehabilitation and who follow a small number of patients through their entire stay.
We had a patient who came in and his goal was to get home and walk his daughter down the aisle. And he made that goal without any adaptive devices or anything, and it was a great experience for us. He had to come back in to have some more therapy, but he achieved that goal, and that's really fun.
We have given you an overview of our facilities and the people here to serve you, but we also promised to discuss what goes on inside the rehab program. First of all, about your length of stay. Our goal is to get you back to your home community as quickly as possible. Since each rehabilitation program is highly individual, stays can vary from a few days to a matter of weeks. This, of course, depends on the nature of your injury or illness and on your overall physical condition. Your rehabilitation program will start with an in-depth assessment led by our physiatrists, nurses, and therapists. This assessment will help you, your family members, and your family physician target specific improvements and results that you want to work on during your stay. Our rehabilitation team will then work with you to set up a schedule of activities and therapies that will help you accomplish your goals and a timeline for when you can expect to leave the hospital. Your rehabilitation might include working out a new approach to a favorite activity with our recreational therapist or pet therapy, whatever works. You can expect to work hard during your rehabilitation program, and you can expect all of us to be with you every step of the way. If you are considering an inpatient rehabilitation program, we provide a checklist of things to consider when selecting a facility. Ask for it after you have seen this video and discuss it with your doctor and your family. At the Center for Rehabilitation Services at Theda Clark, we want the best for you, and we believe we have a lot to offer. Our program is accredited by the national organization that sets standards for rehabilitation programs. We have a teaching affiliation with the Medical College of Wisconsin. We are the only program in the Fox Valley with medical leadership provided by physicians who specialize in medical rehabilitation. Our team of specialists works exclusively in the area of rehabilitation, and we provide new state-of-the-art facilities and services. Our Rehabilitation Center, together with Theda Clark Regional Medical Center, provides a full range of rehabilitation services, from the emergency trauma capabilities of a medical helicopter to follow-up clinics at area hospitals. Our program has received awards for excellence, and our success stories are gaining local and statewide notice. Most importantly, we offer a flexible, patient-focused environment where every bit of our attention is aimed at helping you get better, stronger, and more independent.
Well, before the program, I felt obviously very weak and very knocked down a notch from where I had been. After the rehab program, I felt much more of a solid person with strength coming back and most of my mental capacities coming back.
If you would like to know more about Rehabilitation Services, talk to your hospital's discharge planner and to your family doctor. They can help you get started with your recovery. If you have more questions about our program, or if you or your family would like to meet us and see firsthand how our program works, we'd be happy to arrange a visit. Just call. You don't have to settle for less than the best health possible for you or your loved ones. At the Center for Rehabilitation Services at Theda Clark Regional Medical Center, we know that rehabilitation works.